and welcome to another episode of The Problem with Faith. All right, just a quick recap. You guys are being escorted by Philip, the competent, and Steve, the incompetent guard, towards the entrance to the mines. As you can see from my masterfully drawn image, there's some regular rail carts that come in, and you can't really tell how far down in they go. Those of you with dark vision, low light, can see a little bit further in, but it's still pretty low light given the time of morning it is. You have rested, so you all should be level 2, and you are approaching the edge of the mines. I don't have any markers for Philip and Steve, but they are there with you. Steve is, been tired to trip up here. He's been mumbling and muttering about how he'd wish he had gotten more sleep, and these guys don't know how to,
Do they have any weapons?
They have like regular town guard, like a long sword and a bow, but neither of them look very, very well maintained or even in used.
So they're not.
Probably,
okay.
yeah, they probably don't run into many things going on. Like occasionally, they might have to draw it to tell a drunk person to leave, and the drunk person's never seen a sword drawn in his face before, and he leaves. So, not really a rough life for these guys. The initial problem you were coming here for is there's something wrong with the well, and there were some people trying to say, "Hey, can we use the mines down there?" Anyone remember who was trying to use it?
Like one of the wizards.
Some god, I forgot.
Some cult, right?
It was just some people that were talking a lot about religion. No one really caught. But there's also some random worshiper of Pelor wandering around.
Yeah.
But Pelor, as some of you know, being a pretty major god, he's definitely not about poisoning people. He's all about light and getting rid of undead and all that kind of fun stuff. So,
well, sometimes you have to cleanse the world by getting rid of everyone.
That's a theory. We're going to go ahead and shift your alignment a little bit in my notes right now, and continue. All right, then. So you got Philip and Steve. Philip kind of points towards the entrance right there. It's like, well, that's the entrance. I'm not really sure why you needed an escort, because it's pretty apparent, but you guys wanted one. And then Steve pipes up. It's like, well, what are you talking about? They don't know anything about what's going on here. They think people are wandering around trying to cause problems. And I told them we went down there and there's nothing wrong. But they don't seem to want to listen to me. So I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't know if they really are adventurous. Maybe they got some fancy clothes, but man, I'm tired. What are we doing here again? And he seems like genuinely confused. Everyone, give me a perception.
Can I roll? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to literally say.
Oh, nat 20, boys.
20.
Useful in everything but combat, as per usual. All right, everyone. Yes, even Pak. You guys can tell that he wasn't this out of it while on the walk up here, but something about being in this area, it's like he's almost instantly been hit with something that's just confusing and clouding his mind. He's not at all as competent as he was, and I know that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
He's not at all himself right now.
I'll pop a divine sense here.
Okay.
60.
You're not. Yep. You're not sensing anything that the divine sense would pick up.
Dang it, I feel like detect
That
magic is a good
includes
idea.
concentration and desecration, by the way.
I'm aware.
I know. Just double check.
And so, did someone say they were casting detect magic?
Well, I have it. I'm just not sure. Like, let me consult with the party. Like, hey, should we detect magic right now? Do you think? Like,
couldn't hurt.
Well,
couldn't hurt?
we've got some time, so we could probably just cast it as a ritual and not have to use up a spell slot.
Wink, wink.
Is that something you can do? Wink,
Yes.
wink. That's what I'll do.
And
Need to roll.
Philip is like, do you guys need anything else, or can I take him back? Because he's going to get more annoying as the time continues.
No, I think we should be able to handle everything from here.
All right. And he kind of hauls his buddy by the arm, like, come on, Steve. Let's go. I'll go buy you morning coffee and get this fuzz out of your head. Wait, you're buying? Awesome. I love this. And he happily goes off, and they start bantering, Steve being very boisterous and Philip being very annoyed.
Okay.
All right, so you guys take the time. You're doing detect magic.
Oh crap! I wanted to do it on them. Well, too late.
What'd you want to do?
I wanted to do it on them. I didn't.
Oh, no. If you say hang out for a bit, because he just asked, can I leave?
Hey, just hang out for 2 minutes or so, please. Just a little
10.
longer.
Isn't a ritual 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Shit.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
All right. I suppose that's whatever.
Mm,
Steve's like, why are we hanging out anywhere? Wow. Can't we just not?
yeah.
And he's really mumbling the entire. Like you can tell he's working really hard to rub his two brain cells together, and even that's not working today.
So, Steve, what's 5 plus 5?
Can I just actually, while he's doing this, could I just go for a shot and try and do a Arcana check on him?
Yeah, sure. See if things for a while. It's like, that's 2 work weeks, right?
Varys kind of just like leans against the rocks next to the entrance.
All right.
Okay.
That's my roll.
I'm not sure how long
Oh.
it's going to take. It takes 10
Yep.
minutes to cast it, I think, but like.
Yeah, I'm letting Davros finish his roll. Arcana, you're sensing there's something amiss, and there's several things that could cause this kind of confusion. But what it is, you haven't been able to ascertain. You know it's not consecrated desecration. You know it's not the effect of an undead. You just know that it's
Something magical.
something. Many things magical could cause this effect. Whether it is, you're not certain. All right, and it's been about 10 minutes. They're still being equally as confused by everything. You do start seeing some faint aura around both Steve and Philip. There's also an aura on the circlet above Davros's head.
Ooh.
Ooh, what you hiding, bud?
Are we able to see this, or is it just?
Whoever cast the ritual.
So that would be both me and
And so there's like an aura around both their bodies, right?
Yes,
Or
their
is it
entire
like-
bodies.
Okay. Is it like really shown in some area of their body, like their feet or their hands or something, or is it just equal all over?
Sorry, wife was handing me food, so I didn't hear that last part.
Oh,
What?
That's great. No, that's great. Okay. Let me ask again. Is it like focusing around some area, like their feet or their hands?
No, it's all around all of them. It's very
Okay.
faint. It's very 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 faint. And who cast that? Who was I couldn't hear. I can't tell voices right now.
that was
Oh,
me, David, and Ben.
Oh, okay, marvelous. I need both of you to give me nature checks.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Something tells me that David's gonna be really good at this.
Where's my nature stat?
Wait,
What? Why is it
why did I
rolling
get
like
2
that?
rolls?
Oh no.
Why don't you just do the roll 1d20 plus whatever?
Because
Yeah, I'm
it's
very confused.
faster to click on it. But I'm not sure why I got 2 different numbers.
I'm not
Roll
sure
it
either.
like normally, man.
And
Is that +1 or no? Wait, no. That's
maybe the second roll is just supposed to be like if you had advantage or something, so you don't have to click it again or something.
That's weird. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
could
then
be.
you got 12. You got
Yeah.
12
I'll just take the 12 on that.
Either one really wouldn't give you kind of what I'm looking for. You can tell you can both sense there's something about this that isn't just the magic you're seeing. There's also some type of a organic element involved, but you have no idea what to relate it to. It's not really popping in your mind.
It's a hallucinogen.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then, all right, Chuchu, you can go back now. Thank you so much for your hard
Oh.
work.
Did we notice any sort of like aura coming from the cave itself?
No.
No.
You
Okay.
you notice there's a slight lingering, but it almost dissipates really fast. Stones are really good about dissipating magic energy, so
Okay.
Yeah.
you know that from casting that it really wouldn't. Most likely, an entrance to a cave wouldn't show you what's in the cave as far as magic auras go.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, I think that really should be everything that we need from you guys now. So you guys could probably head back to the town. We'll handle things from here.
All right. And Puck, only give me a perception check.
Okay. One. Wait. I'm trying to remember how to whisper roll. Oh,
If the results is just, it's fine if you make that roll public because it's just going to be a number. I'll tell you what happens if it's a good roll. I'll tell you what happens after.
okay.
Okay, I'm pulling you out of the thing. You're butt shark, right?
Yes.
Wait, where's this perception roll?
Oh, I think it was a whisper roll.
And yeah, that's the vision you get of Davros's head being on the ground. It's the weirdest thing ever, but that's just what you see.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Lol.
All right.
But anywho, so that's where you guys are at. What do you want to do?
Oh, let's go in the cave.
Yeah, just look to the group. You guys want to go ahead and inspect inside the cave?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yes,
kind of
right
why
now
we
would be
came
nice.
here, so it wouldn't make sense to turn back now.
Yes, let's get this started already.
All right, you guys head into the cave. What sources of light do you have / need? I don't remember races off the top of my head.
I've got dark.
I can see 60 feet in front of me.
Okay, who does not have means of low or dark light?
That
Dark
would be
vision.
Davros.
Awesome.
I have superior dark vision.
I
Cool.
should have some like torches if we need them. Like I can take
I
out a
do.
torch.
I have a torch.
Okay, yeah.
Do you light the torch?
Let's see. How many torches do I have?
I'm not making you track that ever.
Oh, then yeah, sure. I'll light a torch.
If you walk by a tree and you're angry with the tree, you got a new torch. We're
Are there
good.
any trees nearby?
No, but you think Puck might be turning into one slowly. Like hundreds of years.
Actually, I just looked. I don't have a torch, but I do have a candle.
I start to go pick leaves off of
Roll a
the top,
Sleight of hand check.
like a couple leaves.
Roll a d20. No modifiers. Just roll a d20, Davros.
I've got
Yep.
10 torches.
You have 6 torches.
Sweet. All right.
You're
Nice,
advi-
dude. You can
you're-
juggle that.
You're an adventurer without special sight. You have torches.
Roll for juggling.
All right. Roll for juggling a torch. All right.
Yeah, roll for juggling your 6 torches.
Torches hits you in the head.
All right. That's the one I picked up and light on fire because I'm mad at it.
Oh, it was on fire. It hit you in the forehead.
Oh,
with a-
it was.
I never said I was.
You were juggling one torch that was on fire.
And you missed.
All right.
Okay,
So
let's
you
go
guys
into
head
this
in.
dungeon.
You guys, it's not a dungeon. It's mines. Who said anything
Mines.
about dungeon?
Okay. Let's go into
This-
these mines.
This is clearly mines
Mountain.
and something else. So we're
Mountain.
So Varus
Yeah.
kind of starts walking like fairly farther ahead than the rest of the group. And
okay.
He says, I'm going to stay ahead of you guys. That light bothers my eyesight.
Marvelous. Are you doing anything else while you're walking ahead
I'm
of the
gonna
group?
try
or
to
are you-
run up just to bother him.
Okay.
I just try and use my dark vision to kind of look around, see if there's anything key of interest.
Mhm.
Nothing like
Uh,
perception check worthy, but just kind of looking around.
No, that's perception check worthy.
Oh, I'm
Is it?
looking
Okay.
what I can see with my torch.
Let's see.
Okay, I'll be watching behind us for whatever reason.
I'm staying like kind of in between Hawk, I guess, and the other girl.
For whatever reason. I
Yeah,
like
dark vision.
I see.
Get away from me, Davros.
Yep. There you go.
I don't
Davros,
like rolling with those. I'm gonna keep typing rolling.
you see your torch. It's nice and bright.
Yeah.
And you're similar to a small insect, and you keep staring at it.
Aww.
Varus, you see what is very clearly an abandoned mine. There's some broken tools. There's places where the carts would have been pushed, piles of rocks. You're not entirely certain what they were mining, and I don't think anyone asked. But it's clearly not in use. It's as bare to the walls as it can be. You've spent a fair number of times in caves throughout your life, and you've seen some mines pit clean. This one's pretty darn pit clean. However, as you're going along one of the walls, you pick up something that isn't something you see, it's something you smell. You smell something that just it's almost like whenever like food's been left out too long, like that bread's just been sitting for too long, and it has that strange funk to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of coming up through what appears to be a small opening in the wall. It's only about big enough you think that of your group, Pot could fit through, but you're not sure if anyone else could.
Okay. Well,
Can I do a perception
And then-
check as
and then-
well?
And then you can come back to the group and let them know if you want to. But so far, you're the only person
Okay.
who's seen that.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
I start kind of like walking towards them. I think the mine's been picked clean, but I'm picking up a strange odor from this opening that I saw. Would you guys like to investigate?
Yeah, I'd like to investigate. I'd like to do a perception check and see if I can pick up that scent as well.
All right.
All right. I can probably cast a ritual to figure out if it's any sort of poison coming through there.
Yeah,
Do
that
you
would
have
be smart. Because to be honest, Pock, you're the only one who can fit through it.
Ost, you don't pick up on a smell.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So I guess I'll
I
head.
kind of started leading the group in the dark towards to where I think that the hole is at.
I'm realizing that he's trying to keep his distance for his vision. I kind of stay back a little bit.
I'll still stay about 15 feet away from this crack that he's smelling the odor from, just because if it is something dangerous, I don't want to be near it for 10 minutes.
Right.
And so then, ritual cast detect poison and disease.
All right.
Death.
Okay, so that takes a while for it to cast. There's nothing that seems amiss. You guys don't hear any phantom sounds. There's no sudden tumbles of rock, except for Davros, who keeps hitting himself with a torch. However, you are picking up on something. It's not really responding the way you normally are used to when you cast the spell.
Okay.
Normally you get a prettier indication of, yeah, there's a poison there. Yeah, there's, some type of disease, but this isn't really reacting the same way. It is reacting similar to something you should avoid, almost more like whenever you would detect over poison ivy or poison oak. It's not poison exactly, but it would be irritating. It could affect other people differently. You're not really sure. So it doesn't have that oh my word, danger is afoot feel to it, like normally was when you use the spell. But it does have that could cause a problem.
All right.
I think you should peek your head in there and see if you can identify what plants there might be in there. I'm guessing that's where the scent is coming from.
I don't
You guys
know.
can't smell the
If you
scent,
already
can
have
you?
poison, I can lay on hands and get rid of it. I can heal you up.
Yeah, but I really just don't
didn't-
think this is any sort of thing
Yeah,
that
you
we
didn't-
have to be afraid of.
You didn't expressly detect poison.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just
Like it might just kind of be an irritation for me, but I don't think it's going to have any effect on like the townspeople or anything.
Pock, I think the gods chose you for this reason. I believe that this was your purpose.
I think that we
Hate on
just
us.
got in this freaking mine. Let's go ahead.
Varys, did you find anything, green and leafy while you were out there and ingested it recently?
I'm just looking to the greater benefit of this mystery and to help these poor townspeople.
Aren't you?
Oh yeah, who ate my good berries this morning?
I definitely did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did.
all of my enemies did.
Okay. And
You can't see it under the mask, but Varys kind of has like a smirk on his face.
Well, I want to try and perception check the smirk.
You want to detect my smirk?
I want to detect your smirk.
Alright, do it.
Okay, roll for detect
Did
smirk.
not detect
Oh.
smirk.
You detect nothing.
He's frowning.
you are still staring very at that bright light. It is just it is wonderful to you.
What did you roll for?
That's my deception check.
To hide your smirk.
Deception check has been hidden behind the mask. Wow, you guys are masters at your trade.
Excellent.
Masters at our trade.
Well, I see two options here. Either Paul goes ahead and sees what's inside, or we somehow blast this hole open.
I wouldn't do that. With the way that these mines are constructed and with how it was picked clean, I honestly believe that when they finished this mining construct, they didn't believe they could dig any further. Anything could cause this cave to collapse.
Hey, Varys, give me an insight.
Insight?
Uh-huh.
Natty 1, here it comes.
Close.
Yeah, seems like the best ideas.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, it's your guys' call. I'll go with whatever.
is there anywhere else to kind of be led off to in this mine?
Yep.
Yeah,
Like it's
there
deep.
is.
Yep.
Like, is there any other paths besides the one we're on though? Or,
Yep.
Like, dang it.
The mine keeps going down. This is where a odor was noticed by Varys.
I know you guys can't
Oh.
smell the smell, but it's very strange to me. Why
Okay.
would a smell like that occur in an
Let's just
abandoned mine?
keep going through the mine and like maybe mark this with something.
Yeah,
I
I thought we
agree.
hit like a hole where we couldn't get past it. I got confused there.
How big of a
Okay.
hole is it?
Big enough for
It's
Pocket
not
to
pocket
squeeze
size.
through.
Can fit through it.
He could squeeze through it.
Do I have some rope? How do I not have rope? Why did I take the stupid prayer one?
Need that smell that like shrinks someone.
No, I was gonna say if I had rope, we could have tied it around him and just pulled him back if for some reason there's a problem.
I can handle myself.
I love the image of a flailing Puck trying to be shoved through a hole the wrong way and him not quite fitting and just being slammed against the rock. Yeah, let's do this.
As do I.
All right. Well, I continue down the passageway.
Yeah. Same.
Varys gives kind of like a condescending sigh and continues on with the group, staying behind this time.
And I'll just take up the back again, I guess.
Hey guys, just gonna throw this out there. Can't see a thing.
Oh, don't worry. I have 60 feet in front of me. I can
It's
see
the last time I
everything.
offer you guys aid.
All right, you guys continue on down the cave,
Okay.
and it starts progressing more from mine to actual more cave-like. There's not as much that's been. The walls aren't worked; they're getting more rough. The carts have ended a while ago. The cart paths.
Okay.
And now all of you can smell the odor. It, like I said earlier, but now you all smell it. It smells like bread that's been left out too long. It's more than stale.
So it's
Mhm.
moldy.
So more like mold, yeah. Except it's not as.
Is it moist?
Yeah, it's more moist. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Is somebody making
someone
cheese?
say
I must
moist?
stop this. Cheese is bad. Do not eat cheese.
Cheese is fantastic. What are you talking? Oh yeah.
I'm a vegan.
I don't know if you can
Right.
call yourself a vegan after having that,
Cheese
bacon grease
operation.
on your sandwich the other day, on your toast.
I turn around. I look him dead in the eyes. And then I just turn back around and keep walking.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Do we notice anything as we're walking through? Like, is there any weird things on the
Um,
walls?
You have not noticed anything passively.
Can I just do a nature check to see if I can figure out what that smell is?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it too.
22.
Oh, maybe there's not a reason to.
Well, this is what he'll know. Who knows what you'll know?
No.
Yep, about the same.
Nothing.
Okay.
Jeez.
Puck, you are aware that this is smell can often be associated with different types of fungus,
Okay.
and not the fungus that is from spoiling, but just actual useful fungus. Several medicinal properties,
Okay. Cool.
but the initial smell puts people off. So
Okay. Yeah, I think this is just like a mushroom or like a bunch of fungus that's growing in this cave. I don't think it's really going to be a problem for us.
Well, I knew that. I was just unsure.
Uh-huh.
No one believes that. They don't have to roll.
No, I do a what would this be? Deception check.
It fails.
Oh, jeez.
19. It's not a D20.
Nope. Nope.
All right.
That's just
All right. So, continue going on in the cave.
marvelous. As you continue going on, those of you with dark vision, you're seeing spots in your vision. Like, it doesn't quite make any sense. And as you're going through, it's not like little bright points of light, but you're actually seeing spots like larger than dust. You realize as you're moving towards them, since they're behaving much like you would see in like you're walking through snow or something, they're actually little spores.
Yeah.
Okay, I cover my mouth with like a cloth.
Okay.
I see
Yeah,
him do
I-
it, and I do the same. I follow suit because I have no idea what's going on.
Yes, I copy as well.
All right.
I
so you
kind of keep my stance with my mask, but I kind of keep my hand on the weapon just in case.
And I go, where do you think it is?
I don't know what exactly it is. I mean, I can't tell if it's bad or anything, but I don't know. I'm starting to get kind of worried about this.
There's spots. Keep your mouth covered and your breast short. And I kind of like move on ahead.
All right.
I want to wave my torch at one.
All right. You wave your torch at one of the spores, and it catches flame and burns up.
Okay. If
I
you
can
guys think
actually
that we can hang here for a couple minutes, then I can try and see if I can figure out what this is again.
You do that. I'm going to move on ahead and see what I can find.
I don't think there's much more we can learn. I think it's just spores in the air.
All right. Yeah, I don't think that we should split up. So.
No.
I do.
There's a source.
No. We're not
I think you
splitting
should
up.
split up.
No. That's something the DM would say right before.
What's a DM?
I was saying I don't think we should, just for clarification, but.
I think I'm more than capable of handling things on my own.
Varys, as I can tell you, big trees hurt really bad.
Yeah, last time I remember, I didn't get hurt by a big tree.
Well, if you walk off alone, you might. We don't know if evil Pock is around here.
Hey,
Well,
he's
what are we
not
going to do if
evil.
we sit here?
He's my friend.
What if
We
it's
keep-
dangerous? We
we have
can't
to
be
keep
absorbing
going.
these spores for
We
too
can keep
long.
moving, but we shouldn't
Yeah, we
split up.
Let's go a little bit deeper, and if it gets too much worse, then we might have to backtrack.
Fine. If you guys have died, it's not my fault.
Yeah, what I don't understand is well, I can see this. How did they not know that there was nothing? How did they think there was nothing wrong? There's no way they could know they could think that unless they had been like tricked into thinking that.
I think they
What if the
probably
spores
were
mess with your
enchanted or
memory?
something.
What if the spores mess with your memory?
As soon as
But-
Varys says it out loud, Puck, give me another nature check.
Wait,
Actually, anyone can give me a nature check now. Sorry.
that was me who said what if the spores mess with your memory.
Oh,
That was
sorry.
Davros.
18.
That 7 is me. I failed yet again.
Ost, you're certain that something will come to mind. Let's see. Puck, you got an 18. Davros, 14. Puck, you are aware that there are creatures that can emit spores that do affect people's memory.
Okay.
And having Davros say that gave you the little boost you needed to kind of recall that little tidbit, because it's not something you run into very often.
Okay. I'll go ahead and share that with the group. I remember hearing about some strange creatures that could emit spores by themselves. They weren't even mushroom. Or wait, were they mushroom people?
You weren't sure.
things?
You weren't sure what the
Oh,
creature
okay.
was. You just know that some
Yeah,
creatures
okay.
can do that.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
I don't know if I have like my favorite enemy is like plant enemies. I'm not sure if that like applies in this setting. Like
It has.
having-
It's been applying.
Okay. I've just been failing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, just quick question, Varys. Could I borrow a mask for all these spores? I'll wash it and return it.
You're gonna have to persuade me on that.
Oh my gosh.
Does it mean I have to roll persuasion too? I forgot.
Character-to-character interaction, you handle it how you guys want to. I could set up rules, but if
Oh,
you
nice.
want to resist it, that's up to you to resist it.
Varys kind of like groans a bit and reaches into his backpack, carefully shuffling through
Can I
all
get
of
a
his
black
masks,
one?
deciding on which is the one he could give him.
Can I get a black one, Varys? Come on. It goes with my outfit.
The black ones are my favorite.
I'll wash it really well.
How do I know you're not going to break it?
It'll be on my face. I'll just try not to get hit in the face.
Oh yes, that worked so well last time.
The tree hit me in the body, not the face.
Davros, roll me a reflex.
A reflex?
Sorry, I mean a dex. Sorry, dex. I'm using old terms.
Oh,
Roll me a
no, not
dexterity save.
Dex.
Mhm.
No, that's not fair.
You're right.
No, I'm bad at Dex. Oh no, I'm getting hit by something.
9 is German for no, and that's how much attention you were paying whenever you were kind of vehemently arguing with this. And as you've taken a breath to raise your voice yet again, you breathe in a spore.
I have my face covered.
Hmm?
I have my
You're
face covered.
you're yelling and switching masks.
No, he hasn't given me the mask yet. I still have my face covered with a cloth while I'm waiting for his mask.
Okay, that doesn't happen.
What happens to him?
Nothing,
Nothing when
Okay.
you didn't breathe anything in.
because he's not yelling as he's switching masks. Apparently.
Oh.
So Varys is kind of shuffling, and he takes up these 3 kind of crudely made, but they're I'm trying to think of the word. They're good enough to at least keep the spores out of their mouths. Very
Mhm.
cheap masks, but he pulls out 3 of them and hands them to everyone.
Is one of them
Oh,
black?
thank you.
No, they are pink.
I take it
Hell yeah!
and I wear that shit.
Put it on,
It's on.
pull my hood down further.
I'm sure this will look great with your outfit, Davros.
Varys, just know you will pay for this.
Uh-huh.
Just wait till we're at another tavern.
All right. Shall we keep moving then? I'll take point.
All right, you guys keep moving, and you're getting pretty far down.
Can I do a perception?
And I'll do a perception too, because now I'm on my toes.
Yeah, I'll do another perception.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm not really gonna do much perception because I'm kind of just trying to make sure I can look at my feet and not walk into people.
Varys and Ost both. You guys are more aware that the smell of fungus is also being replaced by the presence of fungus. They're just seemingly little innocuous plant, little stalks coming up. There's nothing that's moving or seems like it's abnormally accelerated growth. That kind of. It looks natural that fungus lives in caves. Why not, right? Except every time you guys pass one, it seems like there's more spores in the air.
Okay.
Like,
Can I do a nature check on the ones that we can see that are reacting to
Yeah,
us?
I'll do
Yes.
the same.
Okay. 21. 21.
Fantastic. So
21 savage.
with that, you are able to identify that these are essentially infant myconids.
Infant myconids. Okay.
You know that myconids are intelligent and ambulatory fungus that live typically in the Underdark. They actually are, from what you remember, they don't like fighting at all. Like they're pretty anti-aggression,
Okay.
but they do lack the ability to have normal speech. And they communicate telepathically by emitting spores into the air that any creature who inhales the spores can then communicate with them in a very simple context.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
do we
So
have a clue on these things yet?
What?
So these are like infant myconids, I think, they might be trying to communicate with us with their spores, but it's tough to say what they're trying to say. We wouldn't know unless we inhaled one of their spores, but that could be dangerous too. I mean, if those other guys lost their memory, then maybe one of us would lose our memory too if we inhaled one of them.
I take off all my weapons, hand them to Varys, and go just in case. Take off the mask, kind of try and find the nearest spore and just breathe in. Take a big gulp of air.
All right.
I have a feeling. Can I make just an insight on something,
Yeah.
like just something I want to say? I kind of say this. Wait, before you do that, can I just say something really quick? I think that it's possible that whoever this religious person was who was trying to spread a religion around might be using this for something.
Well, I
Might
mean,
be like taking control of these spores, possibly. I'm not sure, but
that's why I'm giving up my weapons, making sure nothing weird happens. One other
Okay.
thing. Does anyone have something to write down?
I
Right
have
on.
a scroll of notes.
All right. Can you hand
You
me a
can
piece
take
of
'em
paper
out.
and a something
Yeah,
to
yeah.
write real quick?
Yeah. Here's a little pen.
All right. So I just write down that just in case I lose memory or something. I don't know how long it'll be. It'll be like, all right, this is a group of people you're going with. You're investigating this cave. Spores might make you lose memory, and then I sign it myself.
Not Davros. You say myself.
No, I sign it Davros.
Okay.
Sign Davros.
And then at that point I'm like, all
Hi,
right, guys.
Davros.
And I hand it to them, and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I don't have any weapons, so I shouldn't be, causing any problems. All right, I just
All right.
take it off and breathe the spore
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, you can. I'm curious if anyone else reacts other than the word of caution.
I don't know how to react.
All right.
I agree with the action he's taking. So
I think that it's alright.
I stumbled back. All these weapons were
I
thrown
don't
into my
think that
hand.
it'll be that bad. I don't think the outcome of this is going to be like negative, but
It was just
All
a
right.
scythe,
Good to
a
keep in
long
mind.
sword, and a sickle.
Adam, I'm going to borrow you for a sec.
Yep.
As you breathe in the spore, there is nothing to prevent you from resisting the draw on your mind that happens. It just happens. You get not so much words as you get the feeling of hunger, of tired, of energy, of awakeness. You get the feeling of a bunch of babies. They're just raw emotions coming at you. But lingering in the background, you sense something that's trying to calm them, something that's trying to get them to rest, to relax, to whatnot. And as you do that, and we're going to jump back here in the group a second ago, a more humanoid shaped, two-legged, two-armed giant mushroom starts walking up towards your group.
Okay.
And you hear, "You must leave. The infants are in danger."
All right.
And that's what you will hear, and they're just going to see him walking up, and you can respond mentally, verbally, how you want to do that. It's fine.
All right.
And you have complete control of your mind. There's no
Okay.
weird forgetfulness now.
most of your weapons should be finessed,
All
I believe.
So
And,
a couple moments after
okay.
sorry, go ahead and finish your conversation.
yeah,
I was just asking about like the weapons. I wanted to make sure I understood. Like on my sheet it says longbow, and then it says +4, and then it says 2. And I'm a little unsure what that all means, but
Okay.
that was all. We'll get to that later.
Cool. As you guys are after Davros inhales, he kind of his eyes lose focus for a second, and he's looking around, not wildly, but he's clearly looking around, like scanning the area. And just as his eyes focus in one direction, you see a roughly about 5 foot tall mushroom guy. So a mushroom with 2 arms, 2 legs, Groot but mushroom. Okay. Comes walking up out of the mist, and his eyes are locked with Davros's.
Oh,
I took a
okay, I'm
huge
gonna
jump
do a
backwards
nature
and
check
dropped all the
to
weapons.
see if I can tell what kind of mushroom guy it is.
Okay.
I kind of like speak up the moment he comes into sight. I'm like, guys, wait, don't make any negative actions. He's warning us that there's the young fungus are in danger. And then I kind of mentally ask him, what's going on? What's wrong with the young ones?
I made nature check, by the way. To like,
Okay. Your nature check. That's what you're doing too, Pac, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even with just all the build up to this, all the realization of what things are, it's pretty clear this is an adult myconid.
Okay.
The little ones around you are most likely the sprouts or the infants.
Okay.
And given just the quick little glance over his body that you can see, especially with your better visions than Davros, he has a lot of things that would be seen for caring for fungus, the right kind of liquids and poultices and whatnot. So he's probably some type of a babysitter, nursery manager, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh.
And Davros, you said that was in your mind, right?
To him, yeah, I ask him like, what's going on? What's wrong with why are the young ones in danger?
He responds to you, this place is not yet suitable for our kind, but we are endeavoring to make it so.
As he's talking to me, I'm repeating it to them so that they can
Okay.
all hear the conversation.
Okay.
And they can ask
And
questions as well.
he has no mouth.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's no audible anything, and no place where there would be a mouth. There are eyes, there are limbs, but you aren't seeing any other kind of discernible anatomy. Austin, in particular, you are pretty well aware that if you had to get in a fight with this thing, it'd be hard to find a critical spot because it's all plant.
Yeah. It's like
I
a plant.
I ask him, why is it not prepared for the young ones?
We've only been here for a short time. After finding it, it takes a while for us to adapt.
This is me asking you, but how long ago did because I'm pretty sure we asked, how long ago did it happen with all the well stuff?
Probably a couple months. No one's really sure on the exact timeline.
Okay. I asked him, has it
Yeah.
only been a couple months? And again, I'm repeating like everything they're saying to them.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yes. Now, everyone else give me insight checks besides Davros.
I was gonna say, obviously, nat 20.
All right, you guys are fairly certain that even with him being Davros, he's being sincere. So he is accurately relaying the information. He doesn't have the jerky sound of someone who's being told what to say.
Okay.
So,
Right.
basically, based off what we know so far, this species of fungi is in this cave, and they've been taking it over because that's where they found their home. However, I'll make the guess that if we keep going, we'll probably find that the water source for the town's well is right there, and that it's being infested by this fungi.
Can you ask him what he's doing to make it suitable for the young ones?
Immediately just ask him in my mind.
Mm-hmm. He kind of stares at the rest of your party, then looks at you and doesn't answer the question. Do they fear communication?
Oh, I look to them. I'm like, hey guys, he kind of feels
Oh,
uncomfortable
yeah,
with us
yeah.
not communicating.
I'll take my mask off and eat a spore.
Oh, and I grab my weapons back from Varys.
You see him kind of step back as soon as you go to grab your weapons.
And then I immediately like holster them up.
Like whenever he sees you put them away, he backs down. But you could see that the moment you did that, he was like, "I'm getting the fuck out."
Yeah. Okay.
He wasn't. I'm gonna charge you. He was. I'm gonna charge away.
Yeah. I eat a
Davros,
spore.
you know this mask does not come off.
All but Varys will take our masks off. He has his
Okay.
own personal preferences to keep it on.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take mine off.
If you
Just
can
tell me
breathe,
what he says.
if you can breathe, period, you can get a spore in your face. It's fine. If you want.
Oh, okay.
If you do
No,
not
that's
want, that's
fine.
perfectly fine.
Okay,
That's
I take
fine.
a harder breath than usual, but my mask stays on.
Yep, no problem. All right. He kind of nods to all of you, almost as if he's aware that now he can project his thoughts into yours. And also, there wasn't any kind of resistance to the effect. It wasn't like you had a choice, a possibility to resist the effect. It just, oh yeah, I'm breathing this. I can communicate with the other people in this radius.
Okay.
So like Varys like immediately thinks, he's like, did it work?
Yes,
Okay, that's strange.
yes. Your voices are unusual,
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Feelings mutual.
but welcome.
Well,
We
if you're
have-
not here to harm us, then I guess there's no real problem.
We
Just
m-
a tour of the place. I'd like to see how it's coming along.
I would request that you not venture further for fear of damaging one of us. If one of us is to be injured, we all feel its pain. From what you guys know of myconids, that's very true. They have similar to a hive mind, but specifically, if one spore is damaged, the rest of them do feel it.
I ask him, have you guys noticed any major bodies of water in here that you might be influencing?
Yes, the birthing pools.
That
Oh,
might
no.
be having a negative effect on a town of people that are here, and that's why we've been sent here. Is there
There
some...
is- There are not supposed to be people here.
There aren't people in here, but there are
W-
people
well-
that draw from a well that this is their source of water.
No, the druid told us they had left.
Was this
What
druid an
druid?
evil
Druid.
Pock?
What is a pock?
Kind of
Did it
pick
look
up
like
Pock.
this guy right here?
I pick up Pock when he asks what's a Pock.
No, but he did take other forms.
Did he look like an elf?
Yes.
Yeah, that was him.
I'm still holding Pock, by the way. I've yet to put him down.
He's not here, is he?
No. He led us to these caves, informing us we could live here.
I believe that he has negative
Yeah.
intent. You are influencing people very negatively with your current breeding.
He closes.
My world is like crashing around me right now because wait, what did I call him? Bryn?
Yeah, Bryn.
Yeah. And I've had this positive image of him all my life, and it's just like going away.
Now, from your time with him, you do know that he tended to favor animals and plants over people if there was a dispute. So, like if someone
Yeah.
was found poaching, he was a lot harsher on the person than he would be if a bear were to attack a village, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's not. So far, you haven't heard that he intentionally, he just told the myconids where they could live.
Mhm.
But I definitely get what you're saying, and it's my
Yeah.
intention. He the myconid in front of you kind of closes his eyes as best you can tell,
Mhm.
and you get the feeling that he's talking to someone else, but you can't make out the words. As far as talking being the telepathic communication, your minds are all open back up to his, and his eyes open. The sovereign would like to see you.
Might I inquire who the sovereign is?
The sovereign is from which we were spored.
And could you lead us there very carefully so we don't happen to hurt any of you?
He will come here if
Alright.
you agree to speak with him. However, a warning must be stated. He has the ability to make you forget what you have seen. If you anger him, he may do so.
Okay.
Alexander, can I send you a message on Discord real quick?
I can just pull you over to the chat.
Okay, that's fine.
This is making me very uncomfortable.
Okay, alright. Yep. Alright, guys, I gotta have my ears plugged so I can't hear you.
It feels like I feel like the sovereign isn't a plant. I feel like it's going to be a person. But I'm not sure.
Okay, he died. So he has to roll a new character.
Yep.
So I just want to say as he goes. Oh wait, we haven't decided. So I'd like to say, yeah, I'm cool with meeting the Sovereign.
How long will it take him to get here?
He must come from the pools.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
that's about as good as
certain how you interpret time.
Well,
Okay.
you know,
Hmm.
takes
In
like
seconds.
you know, certain
Okay.
amount of time to move.
Well, we will wait then.
As we're
Um,
kind of waiting, I want to turn to the group and I want to be like, hey guys, so you remember my recent encounter with a tree in which I fared less than well?
Oh, I remember.
Shut up,
Yes.
Bears.
Yeah.
Anyway, while I was unconscious, let's see, Narul kind of spoke to me in a way,
Did
Yeah.
he really speak to you?
Yeah. He
and
spoke to you.
told
Yeah.
me that negotiation is probably a better path than killing, considering he said death is not the answer this time.
Well, I really hate fungus personally. Not like or I guess not a personal thing, but I kind of find them a little gross. So I
Look.
Well,
prefer
you
not
can
we
to
find
can
them
not do
all
that.
gross,
learn to
just,
get
don't
along.
burn them.
Isn't fungus vegan?
Yes, it is actually. Except we can't eat these plants because they are actually living.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Like able to communicate, living, like sentient. If they weren't
Sentient.
sentient, it'd be a completely different story.
Well, I believe before the
Sentient.
leader comes, we need to really consider what we're going to be speaking. I don't want to lose my memory.
Ferris, if I were you, I'd put on a second mask or breathe carefully. At least one of us needs to make sure we have our memory here.
I do have a
Maybe
mask
I
for this.
should.
Just give me 1 moment. I'll prepare it.
Okay. I'm going to go off and do some prayer to prepare a different spell.
Okay. As you guys are making your preparations, you can see the Myconid who is there. He kind of disregards you as someone who's a threat anymore, and he begins tending to the smaller fungus, occasionally picking one up, and you can see small little appendages that are still forming and putting it back in the ground or into the rock face, wherever it is they pulled them from. Spraying moisture on them. The moisture, when it's released, it has that same pungent odor that you guys were smelling earlier, and you can pretty much guess that if it were left to its own devices, that whatever concoction they're using could end up being something that turns for the worse. So someone's earlier estimation of this could be the poison that's inadvertently affecting the well. Pretty likely that's the case.
Okay.
So, so Varys kind of like scuffles in his bag and he pulls out a very thick mask, I guess you could say. Normally, Varys's masks, they don't have straps. They have an adhesive that kind of sticks to your face and it's really easy to pull off. This mask actually has 4 straps and kind of a cotton soft spot to put to the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes his time to put it on, and visibly, well, for anyone who can see it, he's really pressing the mask into his face, like almost overly aggressive, as if he was trying to like push his head off of his shoulders. And then afterwards, he kind of lets his head fall back down and remains silent.
All right. After about an hour, Pock, is that good for you for your spell?
It's only supposed to be like a minute per level. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, after about an hour, it does take a fair bit of time. You hear, it sounds like something is climbing up from above or climbing above you. And if you actually angle your eyes upwards, you can see that there is a fungus that is crawling on the ceiling, approaching you. But it looks like it's, at least 12 to 13 of this one little guy all melded together with one giant eye rather than a set of eyes.
Varys kind of like Varys's legs kind of give out and he kind of falls.
Mm-hmm.
Varys, do you need to use my scythe to stand up?
Well, so with the spores, can we like talk to each other like telepathically as well?
Yes, you can.
So I think I have my own scythe.
No, this is a scythe, not a sickle. It's long, so you can prop yourself up.
It's a scythe to me.
You have a sickle, not a scythe.
Shut up.
It looms over you, staring down.
So I look at it and I go, "Hi."
Leave.
I'm sorry.
Shut it.
We're not here to be hostile or anything. We just there's a lot of people that are suffering right now, and we want to help them.
If the people returned, that is their mistake.
If
But
they
they-
return, what? But
They never left.
they've been here for years,
The
decades.
druid, feel the druid may have misdirected your people.
The druid has not lied.
He might not have lied, but he might have omitted facts. You are affecting and honestly killing people that have done nothing.
We have not seen more than 3 people.
They don't come here. Your water leads to your water is the source for their well. And as they drink this water for their daily activities, it's leading to their death.
They do not test their water.
They're not what you'd call the richest of town.
It's a fairly poor town, and all they really have as a water source is this one well, which happens to be linked to this lake that you guys have made your home base in.
Although I do not know the ulterior motives behind the druid, I do feel like he's been using it.
This is not our way, but we no longer have a choice unless we were to sacrifice our young.
Is there any way we can relocate you to a spot that benefits both you and the people of the village?
We do not wish to cause you people harm. Oh, hold on one second.
I told him I'm busy playing D&D. You can call me
That was like a commercial perfect can opening.
later.
Jeez, that was
Glad you enjoyed.
that destroyed my sound driver for a second. It sounded really, really, really high pitched and weird.
No, it's Aaron who's being annoying.
Ow.
You have radio commercials where they're trying to imitate the sound of a can opening, and they don't do it nearly that good.
Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna continue
Sorry.
what I was saying. So we do not wish to cause harm to your people. We just want both of you to be happy in the end. So anything we can do, we'll take whatever precautions we need. We'll do whatever we need to help you.
We can even help you relocate the young if you need extra bodies.
You don't hear it exactly, but you get the feeling of laughter when you say that. And a couple of you who have known about the nature stuff, whenever you hear that laughter, you realize that one of the things that sovereigns are able to do is to reanimate dead bodies with their spores.
Okay, I immediately do a perception check to see if there's like any bodies nearby.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
There looks like there's a couple of beasts, but nothing humanoid. And they're pretty decayed. They're fungus ridden. But just that clearly that struck an amusing tone with him. Just the if you need extra bodies, he seemed to be rather amused by that concept.
Oh, so you made almost.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Why did those who came not tell us of the town?
We feel like either he omitted it or he might have less than good intentions.
No. He's not talking. He's talking about the 2 security guards
Oh, the security guards?
who went down there. Why didn't they talk about the town?
To be honest, the one's kind of retarded, but
I
One-
snicker.
One is retarded, and it might not have been having the effects immediately. I mean, obviously, you know, your spores and your fungus don't instantly kill a man. I feel like the medical conditions might not have been appearing then.
The 2 that appeared were harmful, but we let them leave with their lives, if not their mind. The retarded. He seems kind of stuck on the word one.
Okay.
Took one of our children.
Wait. He
Is
took
that
one
so?
of your children? Do you
He
think
did
it
not
would
leave. He did not leave with the child, but he attempted to. So he did not leave with his mind intact.
I want to do, I don't know if this would be history or insight or something, but like, actually it'd probably be history. Any history or knowledge of people using or selling or anything like that, I forget what they're called,
the fungi trade.
the fungi. Like if there's any trade on it or something like that.
Mhm.
I'll roll that.
What is this? Just
Um,
intelligence?
Yeah, give me just intelligence. Be fine on that one.
Oh, well, nope, I don't know.
Something's
I'll do
probably
it
useful.
for the sake of this.
Someone's
It's
probably
history,
useful for
right?
something. Yeah.
I'll do a history check.
I mean, oh wait, you did you did have David tell us that one time that when he did the nature check that it was like it could be used for medicine, but no one actually dealt with it because it didn't smell good.
Right. There's several, and even with the low rolls, several uses for myconid physiology. One of the big ones is that they're the spores they use to allow this communication you're having right now can be kept alive for a set amount of time in the right conditions, and being able to give a group of people telepathic communication for an hour at a time, that's pretty effing powerful.
If we brought the less than intelligent one back here under your superstition, of course, please, before you tell me, just know blatantly, um, completely unarmed, even, tied up if necessary, to hear what his intentions were, and then you can erase his memory again afterwards. Is there any way you could give him access to his memory from why, so that we could figure out why he took one of your young ones?
No, it
So
is
it's
gone.
forever.
Well, we're not actually people from the village, so we don't bear you guys any ill intentions.
Where are
These
you
people
from?
were. Hold on. Where the
I'm
fuck
from.
am I
Oh,
from?
I don't think I wrote down my town.
It, if you guys don't know your towns or don't want to say your towns, if you want to say Greyhawk, that's an option.
Yeah, I'm just from the Feywild of Greyhawk.
Yes, same. That most recently, anyways.
I'm a Iridian. It's a different class of whatever this place was. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, you're good.
I come from the Underdark, as most drows do. I'm familiar with your kind.
Your kind is known to us as well. We steer clear of each other for good reason. And
Understandable.
it's not a aggression thing. It's very
Right, no,
clearly For those of you who know anything about the Underdark-ish area, I'm not sure which one of you would have personal stories, so I'm not going to make you roll for this. Those of you who would know this, just to kind of appreciate it. Anytime a civilization has encountered the myconid that tried to exterminate them, they didn't. Not because of aggression, violence, or anything, just because the myconids just they let them come in and they just made them all hallucinate, or they animated the corpses of the few who had fallen, or they did have tons of methods to not fight you and fight you.
Yeah.
I see. So they're like attacking them is like asking for.
Yeah, there's not really a point to attacking them. It's more of what you're doing now, which is good. So those of you with a history of the Underdark know that, then said civilization found a cave with myconid. They left that cave, continuing on, and that's all it ever goes to. They don't spread over the entire Underdark. They only stay as large as they can to have their little clusters survive.
But again, I'd like to just
Mhm.
inform you that we do mean no harm. At least our group here. I don't know about the one man who tried stealing one of your myconids simply because you erased his memory, so we can't ask him. But we here mean you no harm. We're simply trying to find a way for you to exist and not harm the people who require this water in order to live.
Can I try a persuasion check though?
Yeah.
I know with the Underdark whole thing, I want to try something.
Okay.
Alexander,
Yep.
what did you say the babysitter was doing that might have been poisoning people?
Dang it.
It was basically there was like a liquid he's, for lack of a better term, spraying on the tops of the mushrooms
Okay.
that seem to be keeping them moist. This is not as far down as the Underdark typically is, so it's getting a lot more heat. It's a lot more dry than it would normally
Okay.
be where they normally lived. So for
Okay.
whatever reason, them relocating here, they need to be more moist. But the concoction they're using, you're guessing that if it went bad, that it would
Okay.
probably have an ill effect on people.
Okay.
Wait, so are
Did we
you
all
saying
realize that, or just him?
Just him for right now.
Okay.
So there was my persuasion roll.
What do you say though?
Okay. Let me try and rehearse this in my head.
Yep.
You know, when I was younger, I remember hearing stories about your kind. My mother, may the gods bless her soul, she told me about the interesting facts about your powers, about how you were a kind people and how you never really tried to abuse that power. But my father, he told me horrid stories about men who had died at your people's hands and how cruel he thought you were. But coming to this cave and seeing your kind and experiencing it myself, I think I can truly see which parent was correct.
All right. What are you trying to persuade him to, just to think more favorably of you, or just in general?
To think more favorably of us and to kind of consider our proposition more.
Okay.
Essentially.
Wait, I have a question. So talking to the group. So do you guys think that we should try to find another place for them to go?
No, I don't think that we're going to be able to relocate all of these. But I might have an idea. And turning to the Grand Spore or whatever he is,
Sovereign.
the Sovereign. I tell him, I'm afraid that what you're spraying on these, even though it doesn't hurt the villagers, and I'm sure it doesn't hurt these guys at all, but it might have gone bad, and that might have also made the pool bad. To show that I mean no harm, I can go down there and try and purify all of it, and you'd have total control over me the entire time. But I want to find a solution that'll work for both of us, and I think this might be the best way.
Who is it that vouches for your intent?
I was a great friend of Bryn, the man that brought you here.
Was?
I'd be more than willing to stay here unarmed as, I guess, technically a hostage to prove that he, as leeway for him to not be willing to do anything terrible.
I don't know about that, Davros.
If it's time to meet my God, it's time to meet my God. We do not fear death, we accept it.
I understand that, but I feel like the party would need you more in case of anything else happens. We don't know if you're going to encounter that druid again once we leave.
I'm not saying necessarily leave, but I mean you guys would simply wait outside near the front of the cave, or at least further back, so that they feel more comfortable allowing him to go forth with only me staying completely unarmed.
Oh wait, no, I'm reverting that statement because I thought we were bringing the dude back. I thought we were going back to town. My bad. I reverted that whole thing.
Nope, you're good.
Wait, so what you're saying is to have us all wait outside of
I'm
the
saying
cave
to have
and-
you guys wait outside, they can take down Pock, and while they have Pock going down there to mess with the water, they can pretty much hold me as hostage.
If you wish to look at the water, small one, you may, but your entire group must remain with you.
Okay. That's fine with me. Is everyone else okay with that? These guys aren't going to harm us.
No, I know they won't.
I believe them. I'm fine with that.
I'm willing to go, as obviously as it can be seen as me willing to, be taken captive.
Okay.
All right. The Sovereign says very well. He detaches from the ceiling and he does in fact have arms and legs, but it seems like it almost sounds like Velcro coming off. I couldn't think of a better way to describe it. But he lands down with a pretty significant thud, shakes the ground just a bit, not enough to cause any rock falls, but enough to his presence is known.
Mhm.
He begins strolling down the pathway, and let me go ahead and do this. You guys should see that now.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, this is a ladder.
Do we start near the bottom or do we start near the top?
You're starting near the bottom. I'm going to move your guys over. Or just people. It's not necessarily going to be overly needed, but I like to have things in place just because.
Yeah. And so I'm
So-
assuming that the water is going to be like up in this top left.
Yes, that's exactly where it would be.
Okay.
So you guys are walking along, singing a song, having a fun-filled time. And
I haven't been able to move my character at all, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
I'm not
It's-
too worried
it-
about it. I figure he'll move us where we need to go.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not too worried right now either. We're gonna see what happens in a moment. I might need to give you guys control again.
Okay.
All right, and let me go and put him here. But let me.
So
Yeah.
cute. Is that the sovereign or is that the other one?
That's the sovereign. Normally they're largish. He is hugish.
What a
No.
fun guy.
I'd like to leave this campaign.
I actually really wanted to use that in a
like
persuasion
to,
chat, but then it turned out okay.
I'd like to attack and kill my friend Ost.
All right.
Rolling.
Roll natty
Roll for it.
-5. I rolled a -5 on that.
All right. You cut your finger trying to take your scythe in a position. It's just small, like just a nick, so you're fine.
Lose 1
a-
HP.
As you guys get to this point, you've been traveling for about half an hour. You're getting the feeling that you're going faster than he did on the ceiling, because you can hear him moving right now. You could not hear him approaching before until he was right on top of you.
Okay.
So clearly his ceiling travel or whatever it is was much stealthier but slower. As you get to here, his entire body fills the space that you guys just came out of, and he pushes you back and says, "Do not go further. They are here."
Who are they?
Who's they?
And as he says that, without the need of perception checks, because now you'll see in this entire area is bioluminescently lit, so even our good, blind guy Davros can see. You see a bunch of these guys pop up, and you notice something right away, that they are not the same color of mushroom.
Okay. 1 second.
Well, they're just like dark shrooms. Ooh,
Are
a little
they
bigger.
like? Because I know you said that we could kind of hear the other children and stuff. Can we hear them at all?
Nope.
All right, then then mentally I can say to the sovereign, we stand with you.
I'm going to do a nature check and see if I can tell what they are.
Okay.
Are these like
Yeah.
baby sized
Nope.
or like caretaker sized?
These are in
Oh.
between caretaker and sovereign size.
I know what
Uh,
those are.
They are very much myconids. They are myconids of a different spore, and they are looking very hostile. They're where he's kind of a gray and purple. They're green and purple. The gray-green difference is there, and they're starting to fluctuate different colors of red throughout their skin, which is indicative of them getting ready to release aggressive spores. Roll
Okay.
initiative.
I'd like to, or do I have to wait until
Did
my
a
turn to
nature
take an
check.
action first? Because I was going to just cover my mouth.
Yeah.
Perception.
That's anyone who wants to cover their mouth is perfectly fine to do so. That's
Mask
not a
back
problem at
on.
all.
Okay. Unless that was what it was.
Yeah.
I'll
Is my
roll for
initiative number what I
and
add to my
cover my
D20?
mouth
Yes.
with a.
Dex.
Oh wait,
Dex
it's
that you add
Dex,
to your
right?
D20.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, some things can also bump your initiative, so it is whatever's in your initiative box.
god. Got it. Wow.
Oh jeez.
Okay, Hawk, I love your initiative. Thank you very much. Varys, you and I are obviously good friends because you want to make sure that I get to do something before you kill me. So once again,
Okay, well,
Yeah.
our big buddy is standing in front, so
yeah,
maybe
I
that's
guess.
good. Do I know what they're weak to? Or
I still have my torch out. I'm a planet. My plan is to smack one with a torch.
You know the biggest weakness they have besides just physical damage, anything other than physical, is they're dazzled by sunlight specifically,
sunlight?
and that gives them
Wow.
disadvantage on a bunch of different checks.
Are they weak to fire? That's kind of a
Nope.
plant thing. Oh wow. Okay, that's
Oh.
interesting.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to join him, except over
That's
here.
creepy.
Oh, I kind of want to join too. It's a party in the bathroom.
So like 5-minute break then.
Yeah, go nuts. I'll get a drink as well after I finish doing my initiative roll with these guys.
Roger.
All right, I'm back. Is everyone else taking a break too?
Yep.
All right, cool.
They said they don't like me anymore, so they're gonna quit the game.
Oh, okay. I mean, you are kind of a jerk sometimes, you know.
Oh no, I am. I made a life out of doing that. You kidding? It's been a real shitty year.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. What's your class schedule looking like this next year? Because you work.
Yeah, I work at
to,
the school.
Like, no,
I'm a-
just the like maximum or.
Yeah, I end up doing a little bit more actually because it's better for me, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm doing more working for Dr. Johnson than I am for anything that's gonna get me a career elsewhere.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's not too bad this semester. I'm taking 9 credits right now in the summer.
Okay. That's good.
Which has been a bit of a challenge in and of itself.
Yeah, especially with everything you've got going on.
Yeah, and but that's going to allow me to have a pretty light next 2 semesters, which is what I'd rather have.
Yeah.
If I can suffer through a summer to have an easier time. In the fall, I have 401, 430, 2 online humanities classes, and a prototyping class where I get to play in the sim building.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be a pretty easy fall.
Yeah, I've got 401, 430, I believe. My thesis, and then since I'm doing 4+1, I'm taking
Right.
2 master's courses, and then I'm starting 20 hours of research at the photovoltaic reliability lab.
Oh, the lab, nice.
So I'm going to be busy.
I'm still doing the 25 hours for
Sorry, I'm
Leaps.
back. That's
Laboratory for Energy and Power Solutions. Oh yeah.
Power
Fancy stuff.
Solutions.
Is everyone back or is everyone front?
Adam's just doing something real quick. I'm gonna be back.
Hopefully this edamame ties me over for a while.
Tides you over.
Yeah. I haven't had like official dinner.
Yeah, I had meatloaf like right before I came down here.
All right.
I'm here.
That's
swear.
what I had meatloaf today too.
Nice.
I swear I'm here. I promise.
Not really too.
Thanks for the warning.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
It's a mushroom.
Mushroom. A badger. I've done
Makes
that.
so much sense.
I've done that for a fight where I had first they were attacked by a bunch of badgers, then mushroom, then a snake came in, and finally towards the end of the fight, someone got it and just stood up and yelled at me and left.
I just have a question. Are they in Aspen?
Are they what?
Are they in Aspen?
I'm not getting it.
Because you'd be able to tell they're in Aspen by the way they are. It's a video that we watched a decent
Oh
amount.
wait, I never
TV.
came up with a
Nature walk.
problem for my witch bolt.
Yeah, I'm not getting your reference at all, Adam. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Can we start battle?
Well, we might start a battle, and it depends if you guys actually turn this into a fight or not.
Oh shit.
Oh, anywho, Ost, you're up. You have people who are in front of you who are clearly being aggressive, and you have the Sovereign who's been talking to you, who's supposed to be leading you to his birthing pools, who has tried to throw himself in between you and these potential combatants after saying they are here, and there is definite they emphasis on the they.
Okay.
What do you do?
Can I free action talk to the Sovereign, or is that?
You can do about a sentence.
What do you want us to do?
He replies, "Live." And that's it.
Well,
I like the
assume-
sound of that.
I assume that means that we got some battling to probably do, but I'm not so sure just yet.
Now, if you want to, you can ready an action, or you
Can
can
I ready
delay
an action? Yeah, I
So-
want to ready I want to ready my bow basically. And
For
prepare.
what? So
I-
real quick, let me tell the difference. Ready in action has a trigger. So once Davros turns left, I shoot him in the face.
Oh, okay. I know.
But then if Davros never turns left, your action never goes off. Alternatively, you can delay and say, "Hey, take me out of combat. I'm going to watch and see how it plays out." And then
Okay.
whenever
I
you
know
want
what
to
I'll
come
do
back,
then.
whenever you want to come back in, you say, "I come back in," and I put you in after the person who is currently acting.
Okay. I want to ready an action. I want to prepare my bow, and if one of these mushrooms begins to strike any one of us, I want to shoot at it.
All right. Ready in action and if any
Or-
of these mushrooms try to strike
Like
you.
if they try to attack us, like even if like one of them or the closest one near me releasing spores or trying to attack us, I'm gonna shoot at.
Did I disconnect
Hello?
or did everyone just get quiet?
Did you
Everyone
just,
got quiet.
Quote.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
just double checking? Yeah. And then that would be my turn, I guess.
All right. The left side of the incoming Myconids, so all these guys right here, they start moving towards the big guy, but they haven't actually done anything to attack him. They just start moving in towards him. And then, as initiative would happen, the ones on the right also begin doing that. So they are all right up next to this guy. And just as it looks like they are about to reach up and do something nasty, a figure steps out of the wall up here.
Oh my god. No. Pox!
Oh no.
Oh, Pox strikes again.
Pock, you need to
Um,
cut it out.
From the glazed look in the Myconids who are surrounding the Sovereign, and from him you can tell that they're talking telepathically, but not to where you can hear.
To the Sovereign?
Yeah, they're all talking.
No, they're not talking to the Sovereign, they're talking to each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is it who's is it me next?
Yeah, who's
Sovereign next, me next? What's going on here?
Next is actually going to be Davros, but 1 second. Sorry, I'm just checking something.
it's Polk.
Okay, there we go. This person, Davros, you are next, but it seems like everyone up there is stalled. The green-skinned Myconids, the red fluctuations that you were seeing, beginning to slow and subside. And that's where we are at. Davros.
I kind of like stutter over. I'm like, he said it. He said it. Bryn, why are you here again? Why are these Myconids attacking us?
All right. Anything else?
And then kind of get up towards Sovereign, so I kind of want to be closer to the fight since I'm melee. And basically, if they somehow manage to rush past the Sovereign or attack the Sovereign, I want to be ready to just get in the fight. I want to attack whichever one. I want to be so that if they walk into my range, I can just get attack on all of
Yeah.
them.
Yep, you're good. All right. As it would stand, it is Bryn's turn next. Bryn smiles warmly to you, Pak.
Yay!
Where
It
is
says-
Pak right now, by the way? I don't see him on the.
Pak
oh,
is
wait.
right here
He's all the way at the bottom.
dumb.
I'm bottom
Not
Pak.
actually scroll
because
down all the way.
Pak had said he was watching the rear earlier, so I just kind of kept him there.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
that's
sure.
fine.
Okay, go.
Bryn smiles at Pak and this survival of the fittest. Doesn't that make sense? And then Pak, your turn.
Okay. I take the mask off and yell out to him. I want to see if we can find an agreement that'll make everyone survive. Okay, and that's it.
Yep, Varys.
So I kind of ready my daggers. I have one in my left hand, and then I have one on a sheath on my back that I'm kind of holding on to. I haven't withdrawn it yet. But after I hear Pak, I kind of shout out, I don't really think there's room for negotiation anymore. And that ends my turn.
Okay. And we are back to Ost. Your ready action did not go off. No one has attacked. What do you wish to do?
Yeah, I think in this case I'm best delaying my action then. Because this seems non-traditional, so I'll delay it.
It's non-traditional.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. The ones on the left maintain their position, but the red fluctuating has completely stopped. Ones on the right do the same. And then finally, the Sovereign is speaking, but you hear this. It seems like the little next bit about your hit. I'm going to go and drop us out of combat a bit because no one initially attacked, which is good. It's going to be you're hearing one side of the conversation he's clearly having with them, but for some reason the spores aren't affecting you.
Okay.
The opposing Myconid spores, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Leave. This cave is ours. Your claim is invalid. Then we must. Yeah, if anyone wants to jump in, go ahead.
Okay. We're just here to help. I promise.
I don't think that's quite the situation here, Pak. I think
Uh,
this is
He
kind of a
wasn't talking to
disagreement
us, he was
between
talking
two
to them.
spores.
Bryn kind of smells. Oh, you're helping plenty. Plenty as well. Plenty. He doesn't seem to actually be thinking you're helpful in the way you think helpful is. You can tell he means something different by it.
Yeah. Some ulterior motive, huh?
Some ulterior helpful.
I think in this instance, Pak, we have two strands of differing spores that are trying to claim this area, and it might actually not be the Sovereign spore that's causing the problem with the well.
It's all adding up now.
Mm. The bad spores and the good spores.
The Sovereign continues talking. If you do not stop, then we must fight. That is, and then that is not my concern. The Underdark will just have to perish in our wake. And you get the feeling from that, and the weight of what he said, and the reactions of the other Myconids, and the brilliant smile on Bryn's face that looks like Pak's face.
Oh no.
And you remember those stories that your parents may have told you about Myconids?
Mm-hmm.
You get the feeling that if they actually went to war against each other, that not much would really stand in between them.
Okay, wait, hold on. I think I might have confused some dialogue. So the whole situation here that they're talking about the Underdark.
Yeah, the sovereign. You're only hearing the sovereign side of the conversation. It's like
Okay.
he's responding loosely to them. Basically, the gist of the conversation is he's saying, "No, this is our turf. Leave." They're saying they're obviously replying, "No, GTFO, it's our place." He says, "Well, if that's what it's going to be, we're going to have to fight each other. If we have to fight each other, then we're going to have this be a real fight, and then the Underdark be damned." Probably alluding to the fact that this goes much further down than this cave.
Right.
Could you explain to us exactly what they're saying, Sovereign, please? And if there's any way to avoid fungus shed, well, I don't know if you guys bleed, so can't really say bloodshed. We should probably follow that path.
Although you can't really see it, like, because the sealed mask has pure black lenses on,
Mhm.
but Varys has just suddenly like become complete silent, and there just seems to be like an extreme amount of focus, like this kind of aura that's coming off of him, that's showing that he's very, very focused right now. Voice crack.
Sovereign, how long have these other mushrooms been down here in the same cave as you?
They came after that one brought us here. That one brought them here.
Was that a
Bryn!
couple months ago as well?
Yes. It was
Bryn!
near the same initial spore. Yeah.
Bryn, why did you bring these two into the same cave when you knew that they would just fight over it?
To see who would win, to see what part of nature would be strongest, to make the best nature we can.
But this isn't what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to let nature do its own thing, not try to manipulate it to make the strongest.
Why not? Who says? Who claims that we can't do what we see fit to do? We have power over them. Why not act on that power?
That's in the nature of the gods. You know that.
Damn the gods.
At that,
Mm.
I enter a rage and I actually draw my sheath, and I'm kind of
You
like
draw your sheath?
or draw my scythe. Sorry, I draw my scythe.
You dry your sheet. All right, guys.
Wow,
Sorry,
he
you're gonna
he
get a
was pretty
bad
fucking
beat.
raged.
No, I draw my scythe and I kind of point it at Bryn. I'm like, no one speaks,
As best you
especially
can.
about Nerul in that way, even if you didn't mean it in that way. But you best take that back now before nature and I show what happens to you when death comes.
I kind of, when Davros kind of ends his spiel, I kind of move very quickly next to his side,
Mhm.
like just ready.
Yep. Tensions are flaring. Okay. Pock, do you respond?
Guys, I don't think that we should attack him because he is much stronger than us.
Varys stays silent.
Guys, I have a great idea. Why don't we work this some other way?
Breathing from Varys.
I know that Nerul tried to tell me that violence and death is not the answer here, but no one disrespects him that way.
Look. Either everyone in this cave is about to die, like
Let's
literally,
just
and
hope
everything's
Bryn
going to
falls
feel
first.
pain. Or we find another way to work this out, and really see what we can do. Like maybe there's something we're not understanding here. Maybe there's another solution.
Everyone give me a perception check.
Yeah, where are we right now?
Okay. Let's see. So, Oz, do you have your perception in there?
Yeah,
there it is.
it's
Sorry.
21.
I was looking at your initiative. I'm like, that's your initiative. There we go. Okay. Everyone but Varys and Davros. So it's just, sorry, Austin Pock. You guys notice as your kind of tensions are flared and whatnot, you catch this. The spores that are being emitted by the green-bodied myconids that look the same as the spores that you got earlier to help you telepathic communication, they're not actually reaching past them. They're being stuck behind something. And Austin in particular, you notice that the other Pock, the evil Pock, Bryn, as some people seem to call him. I like evil Pock better. There's small gusts of wind emanating from his fingertips. They seem to be blowing the spores in different directions away from everything.
So, guys, right now, Bryn he's pulling their spores away from us. I think that he doesn't want us to breathe them in.
I kind of this is risky, but I lay down I lay down my I hate doing this. I lay down my weapons. I take off my mask, and I kind of mentally talk to Sovereign. I go, "Get me one of those spores." They're obviously trying to communicate to us.
Sovereign kind of is able to reach out with one of his, the hoods of his mushroom and pulls the spore back into you, but there is definite resistance, and Bryn yells, "Ah, clever. Good." And as he does that, he kind of melds into this rock face and then goes
He's
away.
gone.
All right, so I suck in this spore.
And you immediately hear what they're thinking, and they're thinking, fuck, 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 fuck. They do not want to be standing where they are.
Calm down. Everyone just calm down.
At that, the spores are actually wafting through the cave. The Sovereign stops motion. He starts kind of unflaring his emotions. And from the conversation that ensues next, you realize that the Sovereign was never talking to these other Myconids. He was only ever talking to Bryn. That Bryn was posing as one of the Myconids to infuriate the situation.
All right, guys, are we cool here? Greenies, Sovereign,
Uh,
Can we all be
Little
friends?
green foods.
So
green
now that the
grass.
spores are going everywhere, do I inhale one? I took my
Yep.
mask earlier.
Anyone who is willing to inhale one of their spores, they are free floating.
I have not.
Okay. Like,
So I'm still very, very
Yep.
intensely focused.
I inhale one.
I kind of put a hand on Varys and be like, you can get out of combat mode.
the
Kind of think to him. I go, why is that?
you can still hear each other mentally.
Yeah, so it's just kind of it was all a ruse by evil Pock to make us cause a fight here.
Evil Pock.
The Green Myconids begin apologizing to the Sovereign for attempting to harm their children, fearing it was the only way that their children could also live. And essentially what has happened is the spores from one strain and the spores from another strain, when mixed, are poisonous, very poisonous. So they were trying to one-up each other in the birthing pools to make their strain come out on top, and ended up causing a lot more harm than they had intended.
Oh, and that's why the water is contaminated.
So I kind of question the Greens. I'm like, hey, are you guys fit and able to move to a different cave? Your current fight over this territory is killing and harming humans in a town nearby that use this as the source for their well.
We will leave, and we apologize as we were unaware that our attempt to live was hurting both theirs and yours.
I put out a hand and be like, go for a handshake.
Varys kind of like, with a swift kind of like little bit of style, kind of puts away his daggers and kind of just stands there. They
Look at your hand, confused, almost
Uh,
looking at it expectantly, like, is it gonna grow?
And I kind of go, this is a human way of showing an agreement, and kind of mentally in my head kind of show them the image of a handshake.
All right, you get a nice slimy, not really mucus covered, but just moist grass with a squishy
Nice
mushroom,
moist. Like a
envelop-
nice warm breath on your neck.
exactly, and envelops your hand.
Hmm. Excellent.
All right. Turning
We-
away from the group, Varys kind of like you hear him like kind of like unclip like two latches and almost kind of like a gust of air kind of like out of his mask, and he puts on the blue mask that he previously had on, and stands back up.
Look, we can do everything that we can to help you guys find a new home. We can locate a new cave nearby so that we can transfer you over during the night one of these days. But you have to promise not to spread your spores any longer in this cave.
that we can do.
I kind of ask. I don't really, since I don't really know their physiology. I go, would just one spore strand make the water drinkable for the people nearby?
No. Oh, sorry. Wait. I
Like, if there's
misunderstood what
only
you're saying.
one
Yes,
spore strand, would it make it drinkable for the people nearby, and they would never have to worry about this?
provided they take it from their well and not from our pools. They'll go on to explain this kind of almost a stair step system. The top of their pools acts as a filter to come out, and if the two strands are mixed together, only the poison leaks down to the rest of the pools.
Okay.
If the strands are left individually, just the water goes down to the pools. So it'll be fine, provided they don't try to, like, if someone brews a mushroom soup that happens to be somewhat related, that could be a problem. But
Okay.
if they're aware of what's going on, that might be good for them.
Then I ask, do we need to purify the water to get rid of the poison in it that's currently in it now?
Yes.
It's okay. I can do that.
And when we return to town, I can make the announcement for them to be careful with what they use the water. to.
Actually, I don't know if that's such a good idea to tell the townspeople that there's a group of fungi living in their water source.
Don't say myconids, just say that there's a naturally growing rock fungus that if mixed with another similar strand of fungi could cause
But
medical
what if they
problems.
try to exterminate it? I just get concerned.
I think the myconids can hold their own, shown
mean,
as the
yes,
other guard
guess so.
now doesn't believe there's anything in this cave.
Ost, what's a believable fungus we can use as a scapegoat?
Oh, I've got such a great one. King oyster mushrooms. Yes, they're very great. They can be used as a beef substitute, which is something I'm quite fond of because I can't eat beef.
I take the mask that's in my hand and just kind of put it in over his mouth so that it muffles his speaking after he says the name of the strand.
All right,
It's
what
so
was that?
great,
King
though. It
oyster
really
mushroom?
tastes so
All right.
good.
Good talk, good talk.
Don't worry, I will wash it.
I'm
before I return to
continuously
Varys.
talking this entire time.
Thanks.
Can you take me to all of the water pools in this cave?
Yes. And one of the green ones stays behind. The rest of them go away.
Okay.
I kind of go to talk to the group.
Delete.
So yeah, the
Oh, did we move up to the pools?
I didn't move you up there. It's not going to be a physical thing. You guys go up to the pools. The Sovereign and one of the green ones stay. They keep having idle conversation, talking about like cave formations and structures. It seems like they're kind of trying to broker a deal. The Sovereign's still a little butthurt about everything because it was pretty much an attack by the green guys. But they were doing so thinking that this was their only choice and thinking there had been other hostility because of being blah blah blah. So greens are very apologetic. The grays and blues are
Wait, what? Oh, you
wary.
mean the sovereign version?
Yeah, they're very wary. But other than that, it seems like tensions have definitely de-escalated.
Huh. It appears that my mother was correct. May the gods bless her soul.
I want to go with where the sovereign and the other green are and kind of join in their dispute about lands just to make sure that everything's going to turn out fine for the village.
Yeah, they're mentioning everything subterranean and most likely even Underdark. They're not really talking anything that seems surface related from what you can tell.
That's actually a question I had to ask you because in my proficiencies for language, I had a lot, and so I was going to ask, If I didn't get to know Celestial, then I would like to know Undercommon.
I'll let you make that choice right now. Whatever you want to do, I'm fine with that.
I'll choose Undercommon.
Okay.
So, would I be able to understand it then?
Understand what?
What is undercommon?
Because like Undercommon's what's used in the under whatever.
They don't speak.
Oh, they're not
They don't
speaking?
speak. They can't. They have no mouths.
No,
They
but
use
we're still
tele-
telepathically linked with them, so I should be able to understand what they're.
Yeah, but their language is like some sort of mental.
Yeah, if you have an intelligence score of 2 or higher, which is close for you, Davros, but if you have an intelligence score of 2 or higher, you can understand the language being spoken. So you still miss some things in translation due to the low end, but that's it. No, I mean other than that, it's good. Puck, you are led to the channels of water. You can see kind of the stair step filtration they have going on. You're able to very quickly identify, yep, these two strands mix, lots of poison.
Okay.
Wow.
You're fairly certain it's going to take more than one casting of purification per body or per pool,
Mhm.
and there are 3 total pools. So you'll need to do at least 6 castings of this spell.
Okay.
Alex, would you like pizza?
Since purify food and drink can be used as a ritual, can I spend an hour per pool to
Yes, you can.
purify it? Okay.
Not a problem at all. When you try to explain to them what you're doing, they're really worried because purification often gets rid of funguses, and they kind of get that. They don't really understand it so much. They're not a lot of casters in the Myconid Society, as in none. But after you demonstrate the first casting of the ritual and you see that it doesn't attack sentient life, they're happy.
Okay. Cool.
But they're very clearly like, you're going to do what now? Because those are our babies. Bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, if everything is all fine and dandy with them now, then
Yep. They seem fine. They definitely have a cessation of hostility. The pools seem like they're fine. The water filtering down doesn't seem to have any lingering traces. So as far as you can tell, the water should be good now. And that you can tell from the structure that you can see above. This is the well.
Wow.
This is where the well is coming to.
cool.
I've kind of just been meditating on my own on the side, not like trance meditating, just kind of.
I kind of sit down during this time while he's doing all these rituals. I kind of sit down, pray to Nerul, thank him for the guidance of reducing hostilities here, and focusing on talking rather than death.
Mm-hmm.
And apologize for getting heated when they said "damn the gods."
Stop
Yeah.
that.
Well,
All good things. All
it
good
was
things.
Grin who said that. But yeah.
All right. Well, it seems like our work here is done for now. We should go back to the town and purify that water first and show that it's safe to drink. And then we need to get started immediately trying to find a new cave for these other. What are they called again? Sorry.
Myconids.
Myconids.
I think Myconites, but no.
Myco is, or Myo is mushroomish, whatever. But Myconids, Myconids.
Okay.
Ost.
Yeah.
When you mention that again, the sovereign relocating is no longer necessary. We have already determined where they will go. They will travel at next time the sky is blank. And you're guessing that means whenever there's almost no moon.
Okay.
Until then, will they cease repopulation so we don't have to worry about mixing spores?
Yep. They have agreed to do so. They're still very apologetic. And one of them actually comes over to you at the end of Pock's purification and hands each of you a small vial. Inside are our communication spores. They will last until you open the vial. When you open the vial, those within a close circle, 10-foot radius, of you can benefit from their abilities. We offer this to you as thanks for preventing disaster.
I stick out another hand for a handshake.
I look at
You
the
get-
vial
Okay? You're staring at a
Yeah.
vial.
and I think to myself,
Thank you so much.
wow, telepathy. And I put it in my bag. Thank you.
Do I get another moist handshake?
You get another moist embrace.
Oh, embrace.
Give me a
I
little
I reach in
hug.
for the bro hug, the single shoulder pat.
Mhm.
Group hug around.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, come on.
Varys, you don't have to
roll,
worry. You
for
won't meet no rule for
persuasion.
doing this.
I roll for persuasion to persuade.
Oh my
There's the hug.
Fight, do it. Fight me.
I will. Fuck.
I kind of move a little bit farther. It's fine. The feeling's mutual.
Oh, I had such a good line planned. Oh well.
All right.
Okay. So
Lost.
yeah.
Before we head back and before I talk to the townspeople, what do they not need to make with this water?
Basically, they should probably avoid making mushroom soup
Okay.
Okay.
because
that's
there's
it?
not.
Okay.
It's pretty rough to tell where normal mushrooms come from and how they're going to interact with other mushrooms. But don't mix your hallucinogens.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that's the best way to get the maximum effect.
I know you do, but I'd like to just nip that in the bud right now.
Okay. Yes, they just can't eat mushroom soup. Basically, we just can't trust one mushroom strain with another mushroom strain.
Then I think our job here is done, and we should go speak to the villagers, townspeople. I don't know. How big is it?
It seems so. Yeah.
Well, it's
Townsfolk.
almost done. I have to actually like purify the well, but after that, it should be good to drink.
I point up. That is the well.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, the lowest level of the and the deepest part of the water is where the town's well actually intersects with it.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, I still point up and say that is the well. Come on, Pock.
Sorry, I've been writing a lot of things down.
It's okay, you're forgiven this time, Puck. Only this
Okay.
time. All right. Unless you guys have any other business with the Myconids, they warmly let you leave happily. They're happy to see you go as far as just not being around humans because it's weird for them. If any of you had tried to take any of their kind, we'd have a very interesting character recreation session. But yeah, that was very well handled. You guys are able to return to the town as you see fit. You're out of sight of the cave. What do you do?
Time to go to the town. We should kind of warn them against mushroom soup.
What's
Does not have a mayor. Do we just need to gather the people?
Yeah,
what time is it?
Well, we did leave at 6 in the morning, so it's probably early.
Okay.
with the walking, you had to wait an hour for the sovereign. You traveled down half an hour. You have another hour
Like,
now.
Late
You're,
afternoon.
you're close to noon. It's midday.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right. I will go speak to the mayor and see what I can.
I'll come
see if
with
we
you,
can get the
Varys.
town people together.
We should all go with it.
Yeah, we'll all go.
All right.
Do we know where the mayor
Alright.
just is? Like.
Although, Pock, I feel like maybe you should refrain from doing the speaking. Your voice has a pitch that seems to anger some people.
That's fair.
No. Qualms against that. But if we're all ready.
All right.
Fine, but I'm doing the talking.
And Ost, you should never speak ever. You're a vegan.
Oh, actually,
I cannot believe you.
wait. So have we left the cave yet?
You are at the cave exit unless you want to do something else.
Oh, on the way back up, I want to squeeze through that little crack.
Okay. It's a shortcut.
I snicker I snicker as I watch him kind of like struggle to get through the hole.
Wait,
It's-
where
it
is
is-
the hole?
It is marvelously pock-sized.
Well, I couldn't have done
Mark
it
is a
alone.
great fit for you. I'm glad the gods have given you to us for this mission.
I thought you don't believe
You
in
were
the gods,
perfect for
Varys.
Well, we saw some at the beginning, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Only a
that.
gnome, but does it really count if they're a gnome?
They count very well if they're gnomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The
Just keeps
unknown.
going.
What?
The unknown.
He was counting.
Anyone else want to do anything while they're in the cave?
No.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. You guys head back into town. Steve is on guard. Not Philip. Steve being the dumb one. Well, you guys seem to have been gone a fair bit. So let me guess, you found nothing in there, did you?
We fixed your problem.
You fixed what problem?
Your water problem.
Your water problem.
How'd you manage that?
Let's
There's
just
a little
say
bit of magic.
our astute and intelligent brains were able to figure out what was going on that you just couldn't discover.
So what you're saying was you used magic.
Yep.
Sure.
Witchcraft.
Sure.
Magic.
Sure.
One second, I have to go yell at my sibling to stop the dog from howling because Alex's mic is gonna pick it up.
Hey, stop making the dog howl. I do like that you can click on your abilities and it does the rolls for you.
Oh,
it's pretty
really?
nifty.
I'm just gonna try it. I'm not
Oh yeah,
actually
we're talking
gonna
to Steve.
do
That's
this,
right.
Of course, but.
Well, anyways, we need to speak to the mayor.
Oh, and then I kind of reach out with 5 gold. I'm like,
Mayor.
here, thanks
oh,
for taking
yeah,
us to
we
the
we
mine.
got one of them.
Adam, your
let's-
mic's muted.
No, it is. Sorry. What I said was, as we're kind of walking towards the mayor, I go, oh, and thanks for taking us this morning, and give him the 5 gold that I promised him.
Oh, look at that. Huh. Yeah. Philip said Heck could have his share too. He just gave, and he shows out extra coin that he definitely shouldn't have being a town guard. It's like, strangest thing though, he just kind of walked out of town. Didn't come back.
Say that again?
Oh my
Philip.
god. Guys, Philip was
the guard,
Bran.
the guard guy who's been here for a couple months. Philip, yeah, he left this morning. He just kind of
Philip
walked away after
was
we.
freaking Bran.
Uh,
Okay, Pock, we are literally going to kill Evil Pock next time we see him. He is getting annoying.
You can't do that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but you really can't do that.
I will find a way. Life will find a way.
Maybe he's like that little rascal we saw in Past City.
All right, let's go see this mayor.
So you guys go to the town. There's a guy sitting there who looks very flustered, who is clearly have the woes of tons of people complaining to him all the time. He sees you and says, please tell me that you're the adventurers who are supposed to be coming here to fix things, and tell me you can fix it fast.
What if
You're
I
lucky.
told
We've
you?
already
Oh,
fixed
wait,
it.
I can't
It's
tell.
already fixed.
Everyone, shut up.
Wait, okay, it's fixed? What do you mean it's fixed? Why is he shutting up? Who's doing
Yes.
what now?
We fixed the problem. We found the problem with the water source, and let's just say there's only one precaution you guys take with your water now.
What was wrong? What was the problem?
There was, I totally forgot the name of the mushroom again. What was it?
Mike and
Just say fungi. Just say like a
No,
little
no, no. I
fungi.
mean the
oh,
fake.
the king something was what someone said.
Just call it the king oyster mushroom.
There was a species of fungi growing within the caves called the king oyster mushroom, and it was contaminating your water. But hold on one second.
That doesn't. What? A mushroom was doing this?
Let's just say a lot of mushrooms were. Essentially, we purified the water, and it is safe for you to drink and use. But there is only one precaution that you have to take with these mushrooms for now.
All right.
Essentially, don't make any mushroom stew. Any soup or stew mushroom related, don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That seems a bit too simple. Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, but mushrooms have a nasty habit of growing back. Should we go down there and burn it all out?
No. You wouldn't want to do that. It's already
My
gone.
good little friend here, Pock, he's very talented. And let's just say that the purification of the water will last you essentially forever.
Okay. Insight check, everyone.
Yeah. He probably doesn't believe us, but
Nat 20 and a nat 1.
You're
Well, I got
fairly,
the first one.
you're fairly certain that he's going to be sending some people down there to eradicate mushrooms.
Okay.
Like he doesn't believe that. From what you've said so far, he does not believe you.
shit.
Okay.
I almost want to use two.
If you went down there and you tried to force the mushrooms out, either by burning them or cutting them all up, you just release more spores. It's safe right now, and we need to make sure it stays that way.
Not to mention the spores of this fungus specifically can cause memory loss as well.
Spores causing memory loss. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just a mayor of a little backwater town, but I'm not an idiot. What's down there?
They told me not to speak.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I was
okay,
fixing
okay.
something. What just happened? I was fixing something for my mom.
Mayor's like bullshit. What's
Okay. I'm gonna roll persuasion on this guy.
Wow, nice.
Can't I just roll a good persuasion?
I would actually
Clearly-
like to try and talk to him too.
Clearly, this is your
Well-
most skilled diplomat, but I will reiterate: mushrooms don't just release spores that give memory loss. There's something else going on. I'm just a mayor. Like I said, I'm just a mayor of a backwater town, but I'm not an idiot. What's going on?
All right, hold up. Let me roll this. Oh my gosh, I forgot to add my modifier. Hold up. Plus 3. That's a 9. That's a nice 9.
For what?
I'm gonna try and talk to him. Be like, so
No, I'll do it instead.
what? Oh, you're doing it? So I open my mouth to try and speak to him, and I kind of fumble. Like
Mr. Mayor, whether you want to believe us or not, it's your choice. We have purified that water, and I can tell you that it's perfectly safe. If you guys want to go down there and ruin what we have done to try and save your town, that is your call. If you want to believe us, have safe water, I will drink the water in front of you right now. That is what you wish, to prove to you that we have fixed it. If not, then we will be on our way.
Well, here's the thing. Being a politician, I understand when you're answering one question and not the other. I believe the water is purified. I believe it might be fine. I don't believe what you say is wrong, or what was wrong. I'm convinced from your words and from what you've said that the water is now safe for my people and we have to avoid making mushroom soup. I am not convinced that there is some type of mushroom down there that gives people memory loss that we've never heard of in these parts. What's down there, boys?
Well, the mushroom itself was not natural to this. We kind of left that out. There was a man there. His name was Bryn, I believe. He is a druid with less than righteous intent. And apparently he was playing a game between multiple different strands of mushrooms to figure out which mushroom would overtake and be able to repopulate in the cave. And we went down there, we confronted him, and we were able to remove one of the strands, but the other one has just spread far throughout the cave to be able to safely remove it without causing damage to the infrastructure of the mine and possibly cause even more damage to your well.
So you're saying that there's still a mushroom down there that the drop of the hat could start poisoning us again?
No, it cannot start poisoning you again unless you're an idiot and eat mushroom soup.
I really don't care for mushroom soup.
And that's
That's good to hear.
So this is all the work of some Would you call it a druid? Gone the wrong?
Pock, make some berries appear.
I already have 7, but I'll go ahead and make more. Oh,
Oh, one of those.
fuck.
Drew,
I made a berry.
Look at that beautiful berry he made appear.
Don't you add a modifier to that, or is it just
So
No,
one of those magician things.
Let's call them
Yeah.
mages of the forest.
They're kind of like. I think I had an uncle that was a ranger, kind of like them.
Similar but more devoted to living in nature completely.
All right, that's so you got a bad druid.
Yeah. I wouldn't
And
say
how?
bad, but maybe twisted.
Mischievous.
And you're sure that it's gone?
He is gone, and the problems with the mushrooms are gone. We spent way more time than we wanted to in that cave fixing it for you.
All right. Well, what's he look like? I'll go ahead and put a notice out to our guard, and we'll make sure that they know
That's
what to look for.
Thing, he can
Yeah.
change his shape. When he appears in front of us, he looks like this one, and I pick up Pock. So we
Are
kind
you-
of call him Evil Pock.
Are you sure this isn't him?
Yeah, Evil Pock wouldn't have made a good berry. He would have made like 25 good berries.
It would have made like a bad berry.
would you just like this room we're standing
This
in?
room would have been a vineyard if he had done it.
berries.
That's the difference in their skill.
So an immensely powerful evil Pock was trying to play a game with mushrooms and started killing our townspeople as a result.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fortunately, we don't know why we'd want to be doing something like this. It's something we've kind of been trying to wrap our heads around for a while, but for now we can say it's over.
All right. Well, I'm gonna need you to do at least this for me. Can you check back in ever so often and make sure that this is handled? Because I still think there's something you guys aren't telling me, but I can't figure out what it is, and I'm not going to pry anymore because if the problem's fixed, the problem's fixed. But can you check back in from time to time and make sure that this is still handled?
What do you think, guys? Honestly, I don't have a problem with it. We can check back in, and if he does reappear or any other signs of trouble caused, they can send for whatever they use to deliver messages, a raven or a messenger or something.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably going to be traveling a lot, so it's going to be a little hard to get a hold of us. But
Do you think we could talk to the folks back at our town to see if they could send an envoy or something?
Well, you guys came from Greyhawk, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's okay. Well, it's pretty easy to talk to Greyhawk from here. He pulls out a necklace from under his shirt, and it has a bright, glittering red gem on it. It's kind of a not a teardrop, but it's an angular teardrop, if that makes any sense. So it has facets, but it's still in that generically upside down, cross-ish, teardrop-ish shape.
okay.
It was like, well, all I gotta do right here is poke this stone to my throat, and I can talk to that weird gnome guy.
The blue one,
Oh
or the
no.
one that's covered in armor.
The weird.
Covered in
one.
armor. I know the blue one you're talking about. He's banned, but it doesn't stop him. But he's still banned, which is what has me worried about this druid. Is if these things are powerful, we don't have the means to stop him here. I mean, the captain of my guard's an idiot.
That's speaking very generously.
Well, family. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, he's one of those. What, like sister's brother or something? Wife's brother, something like that?
Yeah, he's my nephew.
Yeah, I figured.
In any case, wait, have you guys met the captain of the guard yet?
Oh yeah, we met the captain
Steve?
of the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought
Yeah.
620 was 260 and showed up at 3 in the morning.
Did you show him the paper upside down again?
No.
He showed himself the paper upside down again.
That tracks. But no, I mean, if I need to talk to you and you're going to be in Greyhawk, that's not a problem. I'm just asking that when you are nearby, or if I can send word, are you willing to come back out?
If you can get word to us and he shows up again, we will be able to deal with him.
All right. I'll take your word for now. But something still doesn't quite sit right. Just gotta say.
When you mess with druids, the laws of normal nature seem to be thrown out the window.
All right, very well. Well, is there anything more you need from me?
No, I think that probably covers about everything.
Wait, is there like something just talking that we need like from here, because we were sent on this mission
Proof,
but like
you know, a
proof,
letter
I
from you or
guess, like
something, so we can get our
yeah,
rewards
like some
from
sort
us.
of thing.
He takes the crystal and puts it to his throat. Hey, they did a good job. Water's fixed. Thanks a lot. And puts the crystal down. All right, he knows you did good.
Would you like me to test the water for you?
You didn't already test it?
I just want, if you want to see it,
No,
instead of
no,
just taking our word.
no. I have a pretty good judge of character.
Do you have
And
any who are sick that still need to be healed?
No, that's already been taken care of as far as the healing goes. We've done what we can.
Nobody drinks the water anymore, so
Oh.
Yeah, they haven't been drinking the water for a long time, and there's no more healing that can be offered. All the healing that could have been offered was already done. It was seeing what was going on that was the
I
part
was
we
just
asked
making
for.
sure that you didn't have anyone who was still sick hidden somewhere.
Yep. Nope. I appreciate it though.
Well, I don't have anything else.
Very well. I guess I'll say goodbye, and you guys have a good day. I'll start letting the town know. He rings a bell. Scrawny little boy comes in. It's like, what can I do? Okay, go spread the word. The well's safe again. And he runs off, and he's all excited. And
You forgot
As
to
you
tell him
guys are
no
le-
mushroom soup.
yep, he did. As you guys are leaving, he starts. The word starts spreading that the well is safe again.
Oh no, what do we do?
and then we leave town. Yay!
It'd
Do
be
I see
easy
the
enough to
little
grab
boy?
the boy.
Do I
Yeah.
see the little boy? And you might want to
Hey,
also
boy.
add that they can't have mushroom soup.
Okay.
Just-
Why?
Do you want to die?
No. Why?
Then don't eat mushroom soup.
Well, then don't eat
Why?
mushroom soup.
Because I said so, and my scythe is getting a little annoyed. You keep asking why.
Why?
Because the mushroom monster will kill you in your
Mushroom
sleep.
monster. Why? Why when I'm sleeping? Why would it kill me when I'm awake?
Just please tell them.
You remind me a lot of a certain gnome that we know.
What gnome? Who's a gnome? He's a gnome.
I'm a gnome.
See?
Um,
All right, no mushroom soup.
Spread the
Weirdos.
word. The well is saved.
No
No
mushroom
mushroom
soup.
soup.
And that message is also being spread
praise
across
the
town.
fool. Also throw that one in there.
Nope.
Shut up.
Dude, hey, he's the one who kept us from fighting. Otherwise, I would have attacked.
in this town forever ate no mushroom soup until today.
We go home.
Well, I guess your homes isn't really here, but we can go back to Greyhawk.
Yes, home.
All right, you guys begin heading back that way. Your magical
mouse
wooden
working this time?
figure horses, they're not working.
Which
Nope.
mouse is
Dang
working
it.
for?
Oh, no.
So you know that on the way back you have yourself a road, no horse, and
Wait, what happened to our horses?
They were magic. They only worked one way.
Maybe we should go talk to the mayor again.
Oh,
We
guys,
might-
time to walk back to the mayor to get a horse.
Oh, I thought you guys said you were done.
Do you have any horses?
Or anything that we can take to help us get to Greyhawk faster.
I suppose I could loan you. I got 3 to spare. But I imagine that little guy could fit on anyone's.
Not
yes,
mine.
yes, he'll be fine on my horse.
That's what I
Don't
would
worry about it.
immediately say. Is not mine.
Davros! Davros, I believe that the gods have chosen you for this mission for this reason.
Narul did not tell me to take the little one. and he's the only one I listen to.
But you really like me, right?
I think it would best be spent with Ost talking about. Oh no.
Your crown gets cold at the mention of Puck riding with you.
Wait, which one was bad?
Warm.
So it means that he should ride with me.
Yep.
So I kind of like rub my temple and be like, fine, but you can't speak.
Can I sing?
Definitely
Yes.
not.
Yes, Puck, please sing.
Puck
I know a
sings
lot of
to
great
a
songs.
heart's content.
Puck,
I
heard
kind
that
of
the songs-
just pick Puck up and go, where is this horse? This is gonna be a long ride home.
Puck, I hear the songs of Noma's Origin are great.
They lead you to some stables. The horses are not doing too well. They've been under the same influence as the rest of town as far as not having much water.
2 of the horses I lay on hands. My horse and 1 other I lay on hands to remove poison from the water.
All right, that does make them feel a fair bit better. They're still dehydrated because they just haven't been drinking the water period for a while.
Let's give them some water.
Yeah, I give the third horse water.
And
Alright.
and we obviously give the other 2 water as well now that it's clean.
So you have a feeling that you can get back. It'll probably take you twice as long just from the malnourished horse. And remember, you still have the path, one of which may or may not involve a troll under a bridge. So you can choose which path you take.
You guys want to take the other path? I don't feel like playing a game.
I don't need it.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah, I
take the
think
other
that's a
path
good
this
idea.
time.
We'll carry some extra provisions for the horses.
Very good. You guys are able to return to Greyhawk without any trouble. When you reach the city, the actual walls of Greyhawk, and it takes a full day. Like you have to rest and then come back, or the full day longer. Sorry, it takes a full day longer than it did to get out there. Sorry. When you get back, there is a troglodyte in very plain clothes standing at the gate waiting for you.
You couldn't have given us 2 statues each so we could horse our way back.
Would you prefer I not have given the first?
Just go tell Gnome Guy or whatever his name is that we're back. The well's clean. Well, he already knows the well's clean, but that we're back.
He is aware.
Well,
He's
where is
away.
Working.
Well, how are we gonna get rewarded for cleaning the well?
Your reward is at the inn.
Okay. Are you gonna follow us all
Alright.
the way there again?
All right.
Should you need assistance, it's best if I am there.
I like this guy.
I could use a drink.
Ugh. You can keep your fancy ales. As we come back to the Green Dragon, I literally start singing the Green Dragon song. You can keep your fancy ales, you can drink them by the flagon, but the only brew for the brave and true comes from the Green Dragon.
When we bring the horse to the stable, I
And
kind of
there's my
fall off.
performance roll. It was average.
It
And
wasn't.
as he is singing this and I'm learning the words, I start to sing along, but louder.
Are you singing this as you? Wow.
Blasts you away,
Oh.
That's great.
Are you singing this as you enter the inn?
Oh yeah, as we're coming in the inn.
Heck
We haven't even
yeah.
made it to the alcohol yet. We're that excited.
When you arrive, it is midday again, and the entire bar, the people who are there for lunch, they all start singing along. They start cheering in. You swear for a moment that you saw Krusk smile.
Oh, and while we're singing, when Pock joins in, when he actually sounds good, I pick him up and put him on my shoulders.
I kind of Paris kind of makes his way to the bar, and no one really kind of noticed it, but under his breath, he doesn't want to show, but he's kind of humming to the song.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
am I? Why am I not here?
Okay. Hold on one
You
second.
are.
guys.
You're over by 9.
Hold on one second, guys. I gotta read a bedtime story.
Okay.
And actually, to be fair, this is what I had planned for this session. I wasn't sure if Jake was going to be here, so it cuts out about half an hour of the interaction that was going to happen.
Okay.
So I am okay wrapping up right here, and I can plan the next rousing adventure. Essentially, you guys make it back to the inn. You have a marvelous meal. You get to your rooms. Your reward is already there in a chest that is locked. Whenever you can't find the key, you reach into your pockets, and there's a key in your pocket. How it got there? Who knows? Magic. And you're able to open the chest. Your reward is in there, and a note from Nomergon saying, "A job well done. Your patrons have been notified. Yes, even yours." Is I believe is it Varys
Varys.
doesn't have the god? Yeah. Yes, even yours is what yours says, Varys.
What did we get?
What did we get?
That you'll find out next time.
Next time.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna say-
Dragon Ball Z.
Each one of you is actually getting a fair bit of coin. Well, not a fair bit for townspeople. A fair bit of coin and an
This
item
computer.
that is not.
Of our fitting.
And the item is not necessarily
We're
magic,
done
but
anyway.
it's not unmagic. So
Okay,
I'll be sending you guys
we're done
messages to all
anyway.
that later. Okay.
All right,
Cool.
cool.
Sounds good.
Have fun, man. Thanks.
That was another fun time for me. Do you guys enjoy?
All right, thanks.
Yeah, it's fun. Thanks.
Well,
Thanks
that's
for leading.
Goodbye, guys.